Hello miners, Rusty coming at you with a knife review. Today we're looking at a Mocenary MK-11. It's a fixed blade knife. It's kind of a small EDC type knife. It comes with this sheath. Not exactly sure. I don't know if that's carbon fiber, but I don't know if it's Kydex either. It's a neck carry knife and it came with paracord and a ferro rod. So we'll take a peek at those and we'll go ahead and open this up. So taking it open here, we have the MK-11 14C28N and it's a bead blasted knife. And it's kind of got a straight back design till we get to the point here, and then it just kind of like a clip point, but not your usual clip point. Take a look at this edge. We'll get this out of the way. So I can tell you it seems pretty sharp. Mocenary, that's their maker's mark, the logo. And then this is the designer, and I don't know who that is. But it's just one piece, 14C28N. Got a finger choil here, and some generous jimping up here. Has a little cutout we're going to get to in a minute. But I think the first thing we'll do is a sharpness test. And we're going to use pool noodle here. Okay. So seems to be doing okay with a pool noodle all the way through. Let's give it a paper sharpness test. Little far side here. We can't go on like this, Ramon. One day George is bound to take his blinders off. Oh yeah, right there, happening right there in the living room. Kind of reminds me, I'll stop my jokes here for a second. That feels good. Yeah, feels good on the paper. Alright, so I do think they have an apex on this thing. So, if you guys are hearing some noises, that's my dog in the background. I believe this thing is like under 2 ounces. Got it off of eBay for $21.50. That came shipped with the ferro rod, the paracord, and the sheath. And that sheath I haven't figured out yet. So you got your sharpening choil here, and when you go and you put it in, you know, it looks like you're supposed to push the knife, you know, up to here, which may, but as soon as you get past that sharpening choil, it actually locks in pretty good. And so I don't know, I really don't like neck knives for that reason. I don't want to end up having this thing come out and slide down my belly, maybe get into my pants, who knows. But anyway, it's a flat grind. I would say good ergos, except it's really narrow. Maybe you take this paracord and make your own handle with it if you wanted to do that. Bright orange. Or maybe on this ferro rod. Looks like there's a place for that. It comes painted up pretty good. I did do some strikes with it. And because that jimping goes all the way out there, took a look. It looks like what you do here is you use this. There we go. All right, whoo, throwing some pretty good rods. Rusty burned his mat. Dumbass. Going to have the fire going off here, fire alarms. So, looks like Rusty's got some work to do. I did do this earlier today, guys, and yeah, you can wipe that off. Just a little bit of, and it comes right off. So no evidence. Well, right there, see a spot. So it throws some decent sparks. And I don't really see this as an outdoor type much of a knife. You might be able to do some feather sticking with it. We're going to go ahead and do a little size comparison here. Cover up my ugliness. Got to buy a new yoga mat. The only trouble is I don't do yoga. I don't have a lot. I sold 2 of my neck knives. I sold my Smith & Wesson and I sold my Cold Steel mini Leatherman Tanto. And this is my other probably popular EDC. That's a Sencut Waxahachie. And so we're going to throw this out there. It's a bigger knife and it's going to be more capable knife. But give you an idea, you kind of get a sharpening choil. The sharpening choil, what we're looking at there. So this one's a smaller knife. Kind of right there. Lighter, even though the Waxahachie's not that heavy. And then how are we looking here? Of course, so it's just the tang of the knife here. All right, it's kind of getting back to Irish jokes, I think. That horse with the blinders made me think. And we got 2 Irishmen. We got Mike and Pat. And Pat says to Mike, he says, "Geez, Mike," he says, "you might want to close your curtains next time that you and the missus get after it there in the living room." And Mike says, "What do you mean, Pat?" He says, "Well," he says, "on Saturday, the whole neighborhood was watching you and the missus go at it, you know." And he says, "Well, joke's on them, Pat." He says, "I was fishing all day on Saturday." All right, thanks for hanging out. Hey, I did have a little bit more to tell you about the Mocenary. Like I said, I found them on eBay, and I came across them because Rattlesnake has done a couple designs for them. And then, so he has, if you guys saw my, I think it's the SL16, he's got one over there that's kind of the big brother to it. So it's just about a 1/4 inch longer blade and a little bit extra handle, M390 titanium. But look for them, you know, these things, I see these things retailing in that $30 to $40 range, you know, with shipping. But if you can get them on eBay, occasionally you can get them below what they're going to be retailing for. So if they come out and they make any kind of a splash, you can be picking up nowadays for pretty good prices. All right, thanks guys.